Hi guys, this is a walk around video of my E39 BMW 5 Series Touring. It's a video I've been meaning to make, and it's been long in the making. I've been thinking about it for ages, I just haven't got around to it. So just wanted to show you guys this car because I love it to pieces and I think it deserves to be shared with the rest of the world. I bought it about a year ago. I had a Mark 5 Golf which I flipped in Welwyn Garden City, and I saw this on eBay that evening and I really liked it, and made the guy an offer and went up to pick it up. Got a one-way ticket and here I am. I'll show you some of the problems I've had with it and how I've managed to rectify them, and a few shots of the interior. I didn't expect there to be a very nice interior in it when I went to pick it up, but the guy had put a completely new set of seats in this lovely cream leather, along with the matching door cards, and the dashboard and the door cards don't actually match up as a result, but I actually quite like it. And it's got green carpet and trim on the inside, and it's actually underneath a ramp, so as you can see here, it's originally Oxford green underneath, but it's under a 3M ice blue wrap. When I first bought the car, it was on M parallel style 37 wheels. They unfortunately had cracks in, so I opted to go for the style 32 wheels here, which were originally off an E38 7 Series. And I put the spinning caps on them, which is great fun. I had to get the centres board out because on E38s the centre bore is 72. I can't even remember what the measurements are. I think it's 72.5, and then E39 centre bore is 74.1. So I took them to a local precision engineering shop and they happily did the boring out for me, and they fitted straight on, which was nice. The previous wheels had the same treatment, and yeah, I had to go the same boring route, which is unfortunate. So you can see there's a bit of stretch on the tyres. There's 225, 35, 18s on the back, 215, 35, 18 on the front. Plenty of dish. Same spinning caps. I get mixed bag with these. Some people like them, some people don't. These shotgun cartridges fit straight over 17mm nut. I did the wiper delete on the back, which is great, but I threw my own little twist of it, so you can still open the split tail lid. So I've wired in my own, I don't know if you can see it very well, my own switch there. So say I haven't put the cover back on this, but say your split tailgate's locked, you can press the button on here and hey presto, it opens. So managed to delete the wiper, get the clean look and retain the functionality, which I'm very happy with. And the only problem, classic E39, is there's rust all over the back here, but I've been trying to keep on top of it, wire brushing it and K-rusting it and hammer-writing it, but it always comes back. I've properly treated underneath the corners. They tend to go on here, where there's a rubber cover under here, where this wiring harness that you can see here goes into the hole. There tends to be a lot of dirt and water ingress underneath these covers, and over time, of course, rust tends to form. And I've taken all the panels off and wrap, and I've tackled a lot of that. I mean, it doesn't look perfect, but it's a lot better than it was, because it was bubble central on here before. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. And it's sort of like, it's like two locks on this. It's like there's the first and second. Tail lights looking good. I keep on having to restore the inner ones. I use that spar urethane method that you can look up on YouTube. The inner tail lights looking pretty good actually at the minute. This is I can't remember if it's the second or third time I've had a go at refurbing them just to keep the car looking fresh, because they were so faded when I first bought the car. It really didn't make it look very good. On the front we've got the side number plate, which I didn't actually like when I first looked at the listing on eBay. I was planning on putting it back in the middle, but I thought when I looked at it in person, I was sold. I thought it looked really good. It's got real carbon fibre chin spoiler, which has taken a bashing in places, but I have restored it as well in places. I can't remember if it's on this side. I gashed it against a pavement, I think, and it tore a hole in the corner. And I used the carbon fibre restoration method that I found on YouTube, and using epoxy resin and sanding and patience, so it's not perfect, but it's so much better than it was. And a bit of lacquer at the end, achieved a really nice finish. I need to replace the roundels because they're a bit faded. What else? First thing I replaced on the car was the wipers. It didn't work. The heater didn't work either. Had to replace the hedgehog, which is, you know, being a UK spec, it's right-hand drive and it's located in this side. Might have to make a separate video on how to change those, although there are already several helpful ones on the YouTube. Another classic problem of the E39 Touring is the middle seat belt being stuck problem, which I haven't got round to sorting out yet. I mean, there's guides on it, I just can't be bothered to take the whole bench out. It's a real pain. I've replaced all the LEDs in the interior, although the dome lights I can't seem to find the correct ones. So as you can see, I mean, you can turn off the main lights there and leave the dome one. I've still got the halogens in there, but spoke to a seller on eBay. He said, I think something to do with the polarity, and get reverse pole ones or something, but I'm not really that fussed about it. A lot of people change their steering wheel out for more racy 3-spoke ones and the M5 wheel and stuff, but I actually quite like the 4-spoke. It's got the executive look, I think. And I call it the granddad wheel, but it's a bit of a granddad car, so yeah, it suits it. And here we have the M57 3-litre straight 6 turbo diesel engine. It's been remapped, EGR delete, DCAT, develops about 240 or 50 horsepower, I can't remember, and 500 newton meters of torque, which is nice. It goes very nicely and also returns excellent MPG, which is good. The headlights, another classic E39 problem is the adjusters. They always seem to go on these, but I have replaced them with metal adjusters that I managed to get from the Netherlands on eBay. And what I did, I had to do keyhole surgery on them. A lot of people bake these in the oven to replace the adjusters, but it's actually a 2002 car, but these headlights are actually from 2003. I took my old headlights out and bought these ones off eBay because they're in really good nick, but the adjusters of course were broken. I mean, they all break. E39 rite of passage here. Replaced them with metal adjusters, and I was planning on doing the headlights it came with, but I can't actually find any metal adjusters at the moment, so if anyone knows of where I can source any, please do leave a comment. I've got the strut brace here, which I just thought it looked cool really. I mean, whether it actually adds rigidity or not. The car's fully poly bushed up, so it's very stiff, but also the old bushes were very short, I thought. So I mean, I don't know if you can see underneath there's some polys for the subframe. There's the back one. Yeah, every single bush has been replaced in poly, which I could replace. There's a Powerflex do a kit for the front and the back, and I got both of them. The exhaust runs straight through all the way to the back, except there's a box there and the second exit here. Is interesting. But what else can I say about this car? I did have a bit of water ingress in the back when it rained hard. As you know, these cars get wet rear footwells when the I can't remember what it's called, the membrane inside the doors, the foam membrane comes loose, and I actually just ended up using bathroom sealant to stick them all back on, and the car no longer leaks. So yeah, I'll probably have to get new membranes if I ever need to replace them. But a lot of people talk about using butyl rubber and the OEM stuff, but it always seems to come unstuck again. I mean, I've tried all the methods, but the bathroom sealant one seems to be the only one that seems to work. I want to replace these I don't know, it's called kick plate covers, I guess. They're looking a bit tired. I've slid them off before and given the car a good old clean, a deep clean. And to be honest, in terms of body work, there's a few little issues on it. I mean, the corner of the bonnet here, I mean, it's not perfect, but probably going to get this hammered out, or there's bugs on it and stuff. But yeah, I think it's had a ding at some point on this corner, and it doesn't actually quite match up very well with this corner, so that will need some work. The A pillar, it did have some bubbling on it, but I've gone over that and although it looks like it might be coming back, I do need to get this car taken into a body shop to properly be assessed. See, I want to take the wrap off eventually and either restore the Oxford green paint or paint it my own colour. And there's a little bit of bubbling at the front of the sill here, but compared to other E39s I've seen, it's nowhere near as bad, so I have to keep an eye on that and eventually do something about it. Spent a complete fortune on this car. Definitely spent more on it than what I bought it for, but it's so worth it. It's a very rewarding experience having it. I affectionately call it the spaceship. I really do think the E39 is one of the best cars that BMW have ever made. The touring even better so. I always say with the lines of it, they just keep going, don't they? It's a nice design, the perfect blend of modern and old, and probably the last mechanical 5 Series BMW. As much as I like the E60 and F10 and so on, I think the E39 is the one for me. But I wouldn't say no to an E34 M5. Thank you very much for watching my video. If you have any questions, please do fire them my way. This is my first car video, and I just felt like doing a bit of a one take and walking all around, but there have been a few times I had to pause it because people were walking past, but I'm sure this is editing techniques that I can perfect this. So until then,